Hidden ball trick. We probably ran that 9 times or 10 times in the last 10 years. And Coach Smith brought that. I could take 0 credit for that. That's all him. And we ran it in Georgia 4 years to go to Texas. And it worked perfectly, same situation. And I actually had the same shirt on, Super Regional at our place, I did the year we were in Georgia. I remember walking down to Coach Smith and said, hey, let's go run it. And he said, are you sure? I said, yeah, it doesn't work with like idiots, but if it does work, we're going back to Texas. And it worked last time, it's gonna work again. So he went out, Coach Smith fashion, nonchalantly, about 4 minutes out to the mound just to get there.
I've already been out there once or twice during that game, so there's really no difference. They had runner in scoring position, so I went out just to calm it down a little bit.
So Coach Smith came out to the mound and he talked to me and talked me down. He said, okay, we're gonna do bummer. And I said, okay, we've practiced this 1,000 times. It's just like practice.
The call came from the circle, it came from Kate, and she just kind of made the signal to us, like, hey, it's happening. So then we had to go around and make sure, like, tell everyone else, hey, it's gonna happen.
And then Kate just kind of turned around, and then me and Claire looked at each other and we're like, are we doing this? And we're like, yeah. So like we turn around and we're like, Kayla, yeah, we're doing this. We're all just sitting there and then like, are we really actually gonna do this, Is this actually happening? Because we only like practiced, once. Everybody's like, oh, you guys must have practiced that so many times. I'm like, no, we do it once, like on our freshman.
And last year, we actually forgot to even go over it. So the weekend, Super Regional, he's like, hey, we should probably go over that. So we walked through it in the grass really quick, barely even touched on it. In case we need this, here's the verbal cue, be ready.
And they just had put in a pinch runner, so it's like a perfect opportunity for what we wanted to do.
Pinch runner for the Knights, it's the sophomore Rachel Millston.
Why is the pinch runner for?
Usually they don't get in the game very often. So they're already nervous. This is my one time of the game. I get maybe in every other game or something, and they're nervous. They want to get that lead. They're not really sure. They're not familiar running bases, really. They're just faster than the person they're replacing.
Both teams up off their benches in the dugout. On the fence, taking everything in. SAUPE armed with 2 outs, but runners on base at first and second.
I pitched the ball on the outside of the plate.
Kate pitched the ball and got it back.
I threw the ball back to Kate.
And I faked throwing it to second.
Kate did her little fake throw to second, and it was just like we had to be like perfect timing. Like we've never actually done it that well in practice.
And then from there, it's all about selling it. Kenna and I diving into second. We have to make sure we time it well enough that we're not diving at the same time, it's a little staggered, and that we're diving in relatively the same spot.
When you have to sell that thing, the pitcher's a big part of it. The middle infielders are a big part of it, but the people who really sell it are the outfielders.
Do I dive? Am I gonna dive? I never dive in practice. So then I was like, nah, I'm not gonna dive. And then literally right after it happened, I was like, okay, I'm gonna dive. So the first time ever I dove.
My part in the hidden ball trick is to back up Kayla as if there was a ball thrown and she missed it.
So I've got Kayla, my junior, in center field, and I'm like, all right, I know she's gonna turn and bolt. This is gonna happen. But I have no idea what I'm gonna get out of the freshman on either side of her because this is a high pressure situation. They've never had to lean into something like that and just act. So thankfully, Kayla sold it just as well as she always does. Takes a dive and then takes off. And then Taylor bolts down after her.
I was kind of keeping my eye on the runner the whole entire time, and I saw her kind of like look at Kayla, then look at me, and then she just kind of went into a frantic and like took off running the third, and I knew that we had it in that moment.
And you can see the batter kind of look up to see the running happen. But what really sells it is you see Lexi Clark, and I am genuinely convinced that Lexi had no idea what was going on, except that she really thought there was an overthrow. And she knew her job, and that kid does her job well. She knows her role, she knows her responsibility, and she fulfilled that role, and she bolted to back up third because she knew if that overthrow was going past Kayla, that's where the throw was going. And you see Lexi just full on belt. And that's what gets that coach, because the coach kind of looks up, see Lexi coming over, and then that's the point where the runner takes off, and you're like, yep, there it is. But yeah, I'm convinced that Lexi had no idea.
And then I knew she had it in her hand, and I kind of just start like jumping out there because I know what's gonna happen and the girl's gonna go.
The girl took off from second, and I pretended like the ball had gotten through.
The girl on first base is yelling, no, 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 and the girl still ends up going, so it's just perfect.
And I kind of jumped my way over to third base, and I was able to tag the girl, and we all got to celebrate.
So where I am at third, I'm involved with the play, but I also get a whole view of the field when it's happening. There was all this yelling, and it was so cool from my perspective because it's
it's like a movie. Everyone's working in sync. It just gives you chills. Like it's exciting to perform, and then when it actually happened and it sent us to the national championship, it was just it was just so much excitement and yelling and screaming and hugging. It was just, I think we all were on cloud nine.
And then after the game, my mom was like, I can't believe I really thought you missed the ball. I was like, okay, I would not miss the ball, you know?
You know, everyone asks what sells it the best. And yes, I think the shortstop's important, middle, second base is important, outfield's important. But the best part for us was that none of the parents had ever seen that. It had been that long, and that, you know, so they jump up, they scream, they sell it, and they all thought, oh my gosh, they're gonna tie the game up, we're gonna, you know, what did they just do? And the next thing you know, the game's over. And it was so executed so well that I believe the cameraman in our dugout didn't even catch it.
Get it!
And I remember him tapping me on the shoulder, why didn't you tell me that was coming? I didn't want to give it away. You know, it could be bad luck, so you know, we just went with it, and luckily they ran it well. And for Kate to pull it off, who has the worst poker face in the world, you know, it was pretty amazing to be the final out. The only bad thing about it, you always hear that won the game. You know, we played really well that whole weekend. That was just one out of all the outs we need to advance, but it was very exciting out. And Jess Carroll, thank you for you, because it'll never work again.
It's amazing how we did that in 2014 and you heard nothing about it, but now with social media, it just went viral. You know, 6 years later, 5 years later. So, big change. Now, probably won't be able to use that again for quite a while, but we'll still have it.
Everywhere we went, people ask us, hey, you're that team. You know, where's Kate at? How'd you hide the ball? Explain the play to us. I mean, we probably got asked that 25 times once we landed and got to our hotel. People were so excited and knew who we were.
People were recognizing us everywhere we went, and they saw our jerseys and they knew exactly who we were, which was a really cool experience, especially coming from a D3 school. We even had a guy, when we were warming up, come over and ask to take his picture with me, which was kind of a first, and told me that his friends and him had talked about meeting me, and he was so excited that he had to go tell his friends that he got to meet me. So it was a really cool experience. Yeah, being famous for a little bit.
That moment at which they performed that play is really what spoke volumes. Yeah, we had a great run, we kept going, but that moment for them to fully, wholly trust each other, to drive through that moment, to make that play, to sell that play, to get a huge out, and to do it together, I mean, it was more than just some media thing. I mean, it was a moment within the team to see what they had created and what their potential was moving forward. So that's not something every team can just sell.
Being able to go to that elementary school and do community service with them, and you know, sit in with that gym class, and you know, be able to play like games with them and stuff was really, really cool for me, because I remember when I was in elementary school and like during homecoming, the football players would come, and it was the coolest thing. I looked up to them like they were superheroes, they were superstars, and it was a very humbling moment for me, because like I said, I remember being that little kid.
These kids were so full of life and energy, and it was a great break from having to focus constantly. So it was a good, fun break, and we got to share it with these very special kids that I will definitely never forget.
I absolutely adore children and love participating and doing any kind of activities with them. So just to be able to have fun with them, just on our spare time while we were down there, was pretty awesome.
They think that we're superstars, and they look up to us, and we get to sign autographs for them, and it not only makes their day, but it really truly makes ours as well.
Obviously the community service is the fun part. You know, our kids love the opportunity. We're very active here with Special Olympics, but to get down there and just spend a day with some kids and see their reaction and watch our kids, just give them high fives and hugs, and we have our SID playing dodgeball with us and Coach Smith, and just had a just relaxing way to spend the day.
Any chance I get to like play with little kids, it's always fun. It's just different. Being able to be there for little kids who look up to you, it's pretty awesome.
Growing up, going through Dodgeball and now into college softball, we get to go to all these different unique places, but we're there for a job, we're there to win. So when we were able to participate in community service, we were actually able to experience the culture of that local area.
It held a special place in my heart because growing up, I would see those student athletes coming to visit us, and then just being able to be someone for them to look up to was pretty inspiring and great.
And my goal wasn't to hit the kids because I know that it would hurt. So I just aimed for the coaches, and we just blasted Coach D and whoever was over there and our teammates because little kids couldn't handle us throwing it.
We made a lot of like quick friendships with a lot of the kids, and I think it really helped us relax a little bit too, because like this is why we're here. We're here because not only have we worked hard, but we're here for all the kids who are looking up at us. Playing in the World Series is something that all of us have dreamt since we were little girls when we first picked up a ball, and it's everything that we've all worked for since that moment.
Growing up as a little girl, I'd always see like the World Series and stuff on TV, and then always kind of like wanting to be there, and then finally being on that stage was just amazing, and it was just some goal I've always wanted to accomplish.
I don't know, it's just really cool and like a fun experience because not a lot of people get to have the opportunity to go down to Texas or like Oklahoma City and participate in like a huge event like that. So, and to go down there with all my best friends, like makes it 10 times better.
My favorite part about being in Texas is just being with your team, being with your family. It's more about than the game of softball. It's not always, did you win, did you lose? It's who you meet along the way and do you get to play the game that you love. So that was my favorite part, just being with everyone that I love and hang out with and just playing softball.
Every player met you with a smile. They were excited to see you and they were excited to see each other, and there was jokes just flying every which direction. But you realize at that point you've reached a different level of chemistry. It's no longer defined as chemistry. I mean, it's fluid family.
Well, the most exciting part for a team is usually to get on the road and travel together. Obviously, if you can get on a plane, that kind of makes it even more enjoyable, and travel across the country to Texas is a great opportunity for your kids. You always have a couple of kids that have never flown, so they're nervous, they're scared. Taylor Murdock's famous for not taking her laptop out of her bag or leaving food in there so she gets searched. It's always fun to watch them go through that. And then obviously you're going there to play the National Championship Tournament, which is a great experience for anyone.
We're definitely a trainer at getting to and from places, but like who isn't? I would definitely say like getting there and just being in a different state with the team, it's like a bit of a different atmosphere as well. Like we're all settling like we're here to accomplish this goal that we've been trying to accomplish all year. So it was exciting.
There you go. At least we're downtime here. Good. Atta girl. Let your body go to work here. Good. There you go. There you go. Tug and get through. Tug and get through. Hands right at me. Where's your angle there? Where's your angle there? Where's your body go, P? Yep. Sit down to me. There it was. That's better. Still sit up a little bit. Your shoulders stay down more. So again, we want that catch, right? Out in front of our eyes. So if our barrel's back here on contact, behind our eyes, there's no power. Now our body's not connected. Your best swings, contact's out in front, and your eyes in static position are behind that ball. Then all the strength you have in size is behind it. Back here, we're weak. All right, out in front of that big tail. Come on. Get out in front, get some. They're at contact point. Now let's get this, not this. And we're good. Yep. Totally different angle. Good job. Atta girl. Way to tuck it through. Good job. Hey, where'd you go first? Where'd your body go? Yeah, you showed me numbers way too soon, right? Stay close on that. Front shoulder down and through. Use your whole body, hit this ball. Whole body. Around your spine. Let's go. Hit through it, right? Hit through it. Leave that, read that, right? Leave that one. Small zone. Your wheels ain't small zone here. Good. Pick, please. Okay, as long as you're aggressive, guys, there's no wrong play. Tomorrow our key is to be aggressive. We can't be passive. We got to come out and attack. Swing hard at our pitch and attack all day long. We'll be fine. Let it plant. Good job. Here we go. You see him, Phil, here. Hey, I want to say congratulations, first of all. Yes! For you guys getting us here. All right, we've made the mistake in the past. I've always said, hey, let's get there, let's get there, let's get there, let's get there. And we got there, and we played tight, and we played not to lose. All right? One thing about this team all year long, you guys have played fearless. You've seen ball, you wouldn't call ball. You've seen ball, you've hit ball. You've talked, you've had fun, you've made it a game. If you guys are willing to do that tomorrow, we are fine. All right? And the team tomorrow that's the most loose and just enjoying the moment, we'll probably win. Is Illinois Wesleyan good? Yeah, they're good. Are they any better than you guys? Not at all. All right, they do not want to play you. I know that. All right, as a 2 seed, that was the worst 2-7 seed they could have drawn to get us. All right, but it's got to be done top to bottom. Talk to each other tomorrow, not at each other. All right, have fun tomorrow. It's another day. How many teams are already home on break? All right, working, going 9 to 5 right now. We're in beautiful weather on a beautiful stadium ready to play ball. First time I was here, I was in awe. This place is amazing. To me now, it's another game. Why? Because the trust that I have in this group right here. All year long, you showed up for each other, you showed up for us. And this is one of my favorite years I've done this. Because you guys have just come and competed. Couldn't be more proud of you, win or lose. Obviously, winning tomorrow is going to be more fun. But all I'm asking you to do is enjoy the moment. Stay in the moment. One pitch at a time, one out at a time. Doing it together. Ubuntu all day long.